All right, guys, welcome back to our first Alliance game. And we're pretty stoked. We are now fully underway. There's been several days of peace period and forced peace periods, during which time a lot of us built level 1 and level 2 forts. There is no GM allowed in this game, and I've been adhering to that very carefully. I think we've all felt that temptation, if there's a unit that's almost done, and it'll cost you 30 gold marks to push it out so you can start a new unit. And I'm like, nope, this is going to be a clean game, 100% clean. Even if something like what I described is not exactly dirty, we have agreed up front zero gold mark use. So let's talk about the different theaters. The most pressing one right now is that Great Britain and France have launched a sort of paired attack here into a fort, by the way. So, a lot of people are talking about don't attack into forts. Well, if you have enough guys, if you have enough men, you can do it. And they did it. They broke through here. This is Great Britain territory. France did run in some cars and took another territory. So this is France over here. And so here's what we're doing in reply. So London is the guy who isn't really threatened by anybody, right? He's the guy that's sort of, he's the equivalent of our Popcat. Popcat down here is not really being threatened by anybody. But what Popcat did do is sent some boys up here. So again, we both of us told Power to draw his men back because these stacks are going to die. This 20 is going up against an unknown number in a level 2 or higher fort that is currently being reinforced by 24 more infantry, a car, and a horse. So there's no way this 20 is going to win. He can engage this stack, and wear down the fort a little bit. But I think all 32 of his men will die. Which, again, sometimes you just have to attack a fort, But again, I would also say the times that I attack a fort, I would, when I play Spain, I leave a couple guys back here, but it's such a long road. I don't feel super threatened by an attack in this direction. And again, the distance matters. It's just, this is enemy territory for them all the way down and across into here. And also you see them coming at you through their own territory as well. So, what I always try to do is, leave this 10 here, bring this 29 over to here. And, now you've got 29 over here, and that's 30, 41, 61. Now you've got 61 guys here. And here comes Popcat down here with 50 more guys. Now we're attacking into France with 110 men into one territory. And the idea, of course, behind that is that once you punch through, I promise you, there's not much back here. You make a run for Paris because France is actively engaged over here. He took part in this war, so he lost men over here. You can see there's 13 here. So he didn't have a lot pushed into here. That's mostly Great Britain. Again, not surprising because Great Britain is relatively safe back here. So that's what's happening right away. We have lost territory initially, lost a double wood here. That's unfortunate. But again, sometimes you have to fall back while other things shift around. Now, one thing here is that two of these guys, Austria-Hungary and down here, the Ottomans, two of our enemies have not done anything at all. They haven't shown their teeth at all. So that's two that have not shown anything. And, I guess I'd have to put Sweden in that category as well. Sweden is still moving stuff around, has not made any attacks. So as of now, we are engaged with France and Great Britain, who made a joint attack at Harcold here. And I was really hoping, I called this the hot gate, Strasbourg here, because there's only one way to get into Germany. And, I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure he had a level 2 factory here, and he probably had like 20 guys stacked there. And of course, our plan was going to be to try to kind of put pressure on Austria-Hungary here from 3 different directions, from Italy and Germany and me over here. And so, but the point is, I don't care if it's a level 3 factory with 20 guys in it. if they're coming in with, looks like they had what, there's 60 men here, 22 more, so Jesus, 82, and several of them had to have died, so probably 90. Great Britain potentially probably sent his entire army. So you start off with 10 territories, I believe, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So you start off with 120 men, and there's evidence down here of close to that. And I agree with him. Why wouldn't you? If you're gonna punch someone, make it a knockout punch. But we've talked about in our coalition, that means that this is pretty much unpopulated back here. So we're going to see how that looks. You can see Germany here is that's Harcold is sending a probe into the backcountry here, and Power of Us here, I believe, is sending a 10 stack. What is he sending? Who's going up there? Okay. Oh, from out of the water onto the land, all the way across here. That's a strange decision. I think I would have, well, because he's wanting to attack with this 10. I do hope he pulls that back. I mean, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen here is he's going to lose 32 men against this fort, and then he's going to lose 39 men against this fort. And, yeah, France will lose some men, but Spain will lose a lot more. And so to me, it's better to hammer punch just all at once. I mean, again, as we mentioned, Spain can gather a lot of guys over here. You can gather 80 guys here. Or did we say 60? I think we said 60-ish. And, yeah, really 70-ish from all these different armies, although you do want to leave some back over here. So we'll say 70, 60, yeah. But then with this 50 over here from Popcat, that's the kind of army you break through a fort with, in my opinion. And then once you're in, and now all the pressure on France shifts this entire situation over here. Britain will have to send troops in to assist France, and so remove some of his might from that theater. Now, what's going on over here with me is I have a nice force gathered here. By the way, I've been building, I believe I've got 5 territories that can build cavalry now. So I've been building cavalry steadily since the beginning of the game. So here's one that can build. Can I build one now? No, I'm having to buy resources, fish, and I've got plenty of fish, but having to buy wheat every time I want to build more of these guys. So I'm gonna have to calm down a little bit. But I do believe I have maybe 6 horses on the board. There's a stack over here of a few. No, just one. So I think I've got more than one down here. Nope, I do not. So I think I have 3 or 4. I've got 4 horses on the board, and I believe there's 2, probably 1. Yep, 1 more up here. And so I've been consistently building them. So a couple of things that are happening, just to let you in on the general strategy, and I'm going to try to make this a quick video. I'm waiting for this AI to give me right of way. I'm just praying for it to happen. I've already given right of way to all of them. This AI has already given me right of way, but it's just the luck of the draw, really. But if and when I get right of way with this guy, there is a fortless territory that I'm going to be running straight into with all 51 of these guys. And by then I will have 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and send down the cavalry. And I might even send more stuff over here. I do have a fort building here. So, the might of Austria-Hungary has not been flexed. There could be 80 guys here. There could be 100 guys here. You just have to kind of keep that in mind. But this is a game of calculated risks. So I believe I'm going to send 9 more down here and this horse. I want to get that horse in the stack. So this will be a nice little force here. It'll be 60 infantry and 3 cavalry. And that's significant. And I can tack in with that. I can attack in with the flower and take out pretty much anything this early in the game that doesn't have a fort. Then with those fast cavalry, I can potentially go in and really gut him from the inside. And if he does have big stacks on his borders, he's going to have to turn them around and come deal with that. So that's one offensive that I'm planning on, but I've got to get the right of way here with, what is this, Romania? Yeah, come on, Romania, buddy. I'm waiting for that right of way coming back at me. Another thing that's happening up here is I did notice, and this is distressing, I did notice that Sweden has right of way with Denmark here. That is very distressing. because there's all kinds of weird windy back roads um, that he could use to gain access to my land here. I was hoping to not have to post troops at St. Petersburg. It is my capital, but as long as he didn't have right of way, it should have been fine. I'll say this, it was a big mistake of Sweden to run a guy to the border here, because right away now I know he has right of way with Denmark. So to me, that was a strategic error. If I was him, I would have kept my troops way out of eyesight, because now I know, he should have massed his troops back here and attacked through to my underbelly. Speaking of which, that's what I'm doing. It's precisely what I'm doing here. So I've had these 2-6 guys kind of casually. I had them moving up into this region, and you can see he's kind of stacking up into here. But I'm just hoping, especially by attacking into 2 of these provinces, and this is 5 here at Stockholm. Man, that's tempting, because I've got 7 here, and he's running guys down to here. Oof. If I leave this port open to attack, but my God, that's his capital. It's his capital with no reinforcement. I've just got to. I've got a fort here, so I've got to send 6 guys to join this group, and there's no spamming forts. He doesn't have a fort building or anything in this game, so I think I can get on the land and attack him before he can defend that. Man, taking his capital early would really break his back. And then, keep it in mind too, by then, hopefully I will have taken these 2. And then I figure from here, maybe attack down into here. There's no reason for him to have this defended. It's completely interior. Probably doesn't have this defended. So I think I can run roughshod. Now he can run troops after me, but I'll always be ahead of the game, because, for instance, if he starts to run troops down after me in this territory, let's say I take this territory, as soon as he gets on this, after I've taken it, right, he'll be on enemy territory, moving at a snail's pace, just moving so painfully slow that I'll be able to outpace him and go on to the next conquering, so forth and so on. So that's a lot of fun thinking about that. I do suspect that he's gathering a lot of might here. He has right-of-way, so he can punch through over to here. That is why I have a level 2 fort building, and I'm going ahead and sending these 5 guys, and I don't know where to send them really. I'm going to send them here because, as I mentioned, he can exploit these sort of weird, this spider web of roads, so I kind of want to be somewhere around here, because I always think about this. Where are the access points to my country overland? And in this case, definitely St. Petersburg here. That's why I've got a little grouping coming up to there, and as soon as I've got enough iron, I am iron poor in this game, and there's, how you buy until you can't buy anymore. That's where I'm at right now. The market does not have any more iron unless it has spawned more iron. Nope. So I'm just out of luck here, waiting for 400 more iron to either, develop or to where I can buy again on the market. When I get that, I am going to go ahead and build a fort here. But from the backcountry here, they can also travel through these 2 roads that connect down. And that, see, this is what I'm talking about. From this network, he can attack up into here. He can attack over down into here, and he can attack down into here. So that gives him, although St. Petersburg is going to be fortified, so that's not really an issue. But it does, those weird roads give him access to this double oil, very important, strategic, up here to the single gas, and of course on up into this region, which is also well defended. But that is of high concern to me. Okay, we just saw in real time, he has been made aware of the threat here. He's coming down with a car and 2, so it's going to be 6 against 4. But I don't believe a fort is building here, and I should get there. Yeah, 7 hours. I'll get there before he can build a fort. So this will be maybe a first opportunity. Can you see forts being built? Can you see filts being built? I think you can see forts being built. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you only see them once they develop. I'm trying to find one in mid build, and I'm not having success. It may be that you cannot see them until they are built. In that case, I can't really say anything if a fort just shows up there. We're trusting each other in this game. It's been a gentleman's agreement the whole time. It does look like I'm going to get this. I'm already disembarking. So in about 3 hours and then maybe 20 minutes, I'll be there. I will own that territory. And so that's wondrous. I'm thinking also, look at this. He's moving out of Stockholm. What are you doing, dude? That's like, if he moves out of Stockholm, I can just move one guy in there and take it. Oh, that would be sweet. That hero single unit. So it does look like Denmark was massing down here for a potential attack into Germany. So he wanted to take part in the bully session down here with France and England. So he was gathering to attack into Germany. So this is what I'm talking about. Putting pressure on really does help. He's having to back off some of those troops to come north. So potentially he could be taking this 5 up to help in the mid coast up here, and then bringing some more to fortify Stockholm, and potentially even realizing that he has exposure at Stockholm, and maybe bringing several. Now I just see one stack coming up there, one stack of question mark number of people coming up there. So we'll keep an eye on that. But this is an interesting front now between Russia, me, and Sweden up here. It will develop interesting. Harcold here is just saying, he's going to play a defensive game. He's going to fall back and stay alive as long as he can. He points out that we have more energy. We're doing pretty good. And that he makes the claim that the entire enemy alliance has only one oil amongst all of them. And I think he's right. Like, I've played Great Britain. There's lots of coal up here, but no oil. France doesn't seem to have any oil. Austria-Hungary, no. And I believe their one and only oil might be down here in the Ottomans here. I can't even find it. But anyway, not to waste time during the video, but he did his research. They only have one oil amidst all of them. So part of what we need to do is a good, strong defensive game. And once the factories start to come up, we will have a natural advantage because I've got a double oil. Somebody else has a double oil in our team. And so we can trade around the network and really start to dominate during that first cannon rush of the game. So we're thinking about that. We're wondering what the future will bring. I know I'm iron starved, and I know that they are strong with iron. They've got a lot of iron. France has a double iron here, and I believe Great Britain has double iron here. So they've got iron, but they don't have oil. So that's going to be an interesting later game sort of possibly emergent advantage that we can have. So that's it for the game so far. It does look like there is a skirmish here going on for France's island. It is always nice if you can clear out the island early on. It looks like they are going to be able to do that. So way to go over here. This is Italy. And so that's good. Italy is going to, and once you take that island, it is kind of like a threat at your back door. You don't really have to worry about it anymore. And then you can also launch further attacks from there. So, all right, it's looking good. I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. I'm not super happy about Harcold losing 2 territories and about there being a fairly deadly, stack here, causing some potential grief here. But they're going to stabilize over here, it looks like, with about 35 guys and just lock this down. This was just a quick take. It can be taken back. But then again, he's got to worry about Austria-Hungary over here, which really I'm just freaking counting the moments, please. I've got a good popularity. I think I got 81 popularity here. That's pretty darn good. And I'm just waiting for him to pop over. As soon as he pops over, I'm running in. And then again, I'm glad to have, I'm now going to have 9 more infantry and 1 more horse and 1 more horse from over here. So I will have 3 cavalry and about 60 infantry. And that will gut him. I'll go straight into the back country and then just start taking wheat in here. And so hopefully, I'm just waiting. Please give me that right of way, buddy. I gave you the right of way a long time ago. So we'll see what happens there. That's kind of my strategy on hold. And it's unfortunate because I'm not putting more pressure on him. And that's allowing him to kind of be a threat to Berlin. I don't know why they didn't just all in Berlin. I really don't. I don't know why. If they had France and UK over here ready, then why didn't they have at least one third of Austria-Hungary's power, and let's say one third of Sweden's power, and just attack them all at once and crush them. I don't, why only two at a time? I'm not 100% clear on that. UK went all in, and they could afford to go all in, just in the same way that Popcat really can afford to go all in as well. And it looks like he has a couple stacks coming up to probably help out against France. Yep, he's got 50 over here and another close to 50 over here. So he's got 100 troops moving into that region. And it looks like he's still continuing to gather and move forward, which is excellent, perfect, exactly what he needs to be doing. He can all in just like UK can all in. But there is sort of that danger of, it's going to take him a while to build back up here. And so I thought about, can I take advantage of that? But it's so far away from me. It's really more kind of in the natural wheelhouse of, it really is power of us here. I would say power of us. You got a stack of 10 right here. It's time to send them up to, he's sending this stack from way down here. It's going to take them so long to get up to here that there will be time for him to spawn some kind of defense locally. It'll take a long time for this 10 to get there, frankly, even if he goes straight up with the 10. But certainly a lot less, because this guy's got to, get off his boat, travel all the way across, get on his boat, and then traverse that same amount. So anyway, we'll see what happens. It's very interesting so far. I'm pretty stoked. This being our first Alliance game, we don't have a lot of experience with this map. We don't have, it does kind of look like the 31-player map, maybe. It looks a little bit like the tutorial map, but just without the new world. But we'll get used to it. We'll figure it out, and then occasionally we'll play the other side and kind of get the feel for that. I do feel like if I was the other side, I absolutely would have crushed Germany first. And really, it's, if you think about it, if each of these four countries sends in 30% of their stuff and maintains the other 2/3 of their stuff for border defense, you would crush that central player. If all four could coordinate and attack at the same time with just 30%, that gives them essentially 120%. And if you attack wisely there's just no way Germany can defend against that much stuff. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. They did not coordinate their attacks for whatever reason. Up here, Sweden, and down here, Austria-Hungary did not attack in. So, also if they did, then that would invite an attack in the back door. Lots of concerns all around. So we'll see how this turns out. It's been a lot of fun watching so far. We'll see what happens. It's going to be great. Thanks for checking in, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Adios, amigo.